Hey guys, Harth here again with another Hunter PvP commentary. Well, okay, no, let me change that. Well, first off, in this video, I'm playing a Marksmanship Hunter on the Battle for Gilneas Battlegrounds. I'm not really going to be talking about anything PvP related or this game at all. I might for a few seconds if I run out of things to talk about rather. But this is just going to be a video about patch 4.3. And, like, you know, beyond in terms of World of Warcraft and this channel, my blog, things like that. You know, the video is just sort of, the battleground is just there for sort of, you know, background. Otherwise, you would just be looking at a black screen. And so I figured I would at least, you know, play a battleground. It's not the most entertaining battleground, but, I mean, honestly, I'm not even watching it right now. I'm just sort of, it's just playing in the background so I know when I need to shut up. So I just wanted to say, you know, I said in my last commentary that I was going to do video content on, you know, things on the PTR, and now I can actually talk about what I hopefully will get to do video content over. You know, so today, some information about patch 4.3 was released. It was announced that the raid that will come in 4.3 will be the Deathwing raid. It's also said that this will be the last raid of the Cataclysm expansion. I'm not gonna speak on my feelings about that, or whether or not, you know, I think we need another raid, or my thoughts on the War of the Ancients not being a raid. You know, anyone who's followed my blog knows that I've been looking forward to a War of the Ancients raid for a long time. I mean, yeah, I'm a little disappointed that it's only possibly going to be a 5-man. I wish it would be a raid, but you know, I'm not going to delve into my thoughts about anything like that just yet. I would rather wait until the PTR comes up and I can actually see what's going to be in, you know, the raid we are getting before I make any judgments about it. But they did announce we are getting 3 new 5-mans, and you know, that's nice. More 5-mans. You know, it's not content that everyone enjoys having added, but, you know, more 5-mans are always nice to have, especially because, you know, again, anyone who's followed my blog knows that I was a little disappointed with the Wrath of the Lich King expansion as a whole, as were a lot of people, I feel. You know, we don't need to go back on that, but the 3 Icecrown Citadel 5-mans were really, really good. Those were easily the best 5-mans of the expansion, and still some of the best in the game to date. You know, the Devourer of Souls was one of the most entertaining bosses of all time, if not just for his voice quotes. The fight was relatively simple, but the personality of the boss is really cool. And you know, hopefully, if we can get some more 5-mans on that quality, or preferably better, because you know, pretty much all the 5-mans in Cataclysm were that quality. So if we get even better quality 5-mans, it's always nice. But, you know, I'm assuming that, yeah, they will be on the PTR, and hopefully I will get to cover them. You know, I'll be covering them in video form as much as I possibly can. The raid, in of itself, if, you know, I can actually, you know, if anyone is raiding, is going to be I'm sure there will be a lot of people practicing and attempting the raid on the PTR, and if anyone's willing to carry someone who has like barely participated in PvE this expansion, then I will be glad to film it. By all means, I will be glad to film and, you know, shout out to whoever I need to shout out to. By all means, that is not a problem. But like I said, I don't know if I'll get to film any of that. I would love to, but it all just comes down to whether or not I actually get the ability to. Hopefully I will, though. Hopefully I will. I should be able to find someone to bring me along. I'm not saying I'm a terrible player by any means, but not the greatest ever either. Let's see, I just need to check MMO Champion to see what else was announced. Okay, yeah, here's something I could talk about. The Transmogrifier. That's an amazing word, let me tell you. This is something that people have been requesting a lot, like pretty much since the beginning of WoW. People have always wanted a way to change the appearance of your armor to that of another piece. You know, I have no idea how many paladins I've seen over the years who requested the ability to change their armor sets back into, what was it, the tier 2 set? The really, like, amazing orange and red one. You know, like one of the best looking sets that Blizzard has ever designed. You know, I can't tell you how many paladins over the years have wanted that back. But it's a nice feature that people have requested for a long time, and it's nice to see Blizzard finally implementing that. You know, and again, it's just more like sort of small content that I can show you guys as it comes onto the PTR. Void storage. Oh, before I get on the void storage, I have to say I think it's incredibly funny how the ability to the ability to change the appearance of your armor into something else. Like, I've just been watching comments and reactions of people on the forums and, you know, MMO Champion comments, things like that. And it's just amazing how people will complain about everything. Like, there's no reason to complain about that, but there are a lot of people who just seem to be against it for some reason. I don't know why. It's so amazing. People in this community will just complain about everything just because they like to complain. And it's pretty funny to me. But on to void storage. Void storage is something that's going to be introduced in 4.3 as a way to store your items. Well, store your armor sets, you know, for people who have kept old armor sets just because they look cool. Like, it's going to be a way to just keep them without taking up space in your regular bank or your bags. I mean, granted, I've never, like, had that kind of issue. And, like, you can look at the bags on my Hunter currently. I think one of them is still, like, a 10-slot bag or something. I've never had that much issue with bag space. But then again, I've never played, like, someone who has to switch between 3 sets of gear regularly. So, I mean, it's another nice feature to have. It may not be something that I would ever use, but it's one of those things that's just nice to have for the people that will use it. And then there's the big topic, the looking for raid feature, the raid finder, the raid equivalent of the dungeon finder. I'm not sure what to make of that, to be honest. I mean, like I mentioned this on my blog, which there will be a link in the description to it, as always. You know, to anyone who's seen my past commentaries, there's always a link to it there. As I said earlier, it's a good idea. It really is. It's a good idea, just like the Dungeon Finder was a good idea. The ability to find people from any realm to raid with is a really good idea. It really, really is. It's a good idea, and the implementation will be good, no doubt. The implementation of the Dungeon Finder is good. The problem is the people that use it. I have no idea. I mean, you can just go into the forums, like, and see all the people that will complain about terrible experiences they've had with Dungeon Finder groups. Not just the official WoW forums either. Just any WoW forums. You know, use a search bar. Most forums have a search bar, and you know, search LFD Dungeon Finder, something like that, and just look at all the bad experiences people have. That will be made so much worse in a raid environment, and I don't know what Blizzard will be able to do about it. Because it's just the nature of terrible players, or less than competent players, or people who like to be dicks, that will just cause problems. And there really isn't anything Blizzard can do to stop that. But, I mean, it is a good idea. And I would like to think that Blizzard is going to be able to make the experience for the people who choose to use it better than some of the experiences people have had in Dungeon Finders. But no doubt there will be people who have bad experiences, and there will be people complaining about it. Just like there will be people who complain about everything. I don't know, I think that pretty much covers the major changes that have been announced so far. Well, there's something about the Dark Moon Fair having its own island. That's interesting. But again, any class changes that will appear when the PTR actually comes up and the first set of patch notes come out. Any class changes, obviously hunter changes. Like, I'm hoping we'll have access to pre-mades. Like, isn't that something that Blizzard is just sort of always doing now? Offering pre-mades? I don't know, like, the last time I was on the PTR was in Wrath of the Lich King, and it was back when they didn't always offer pre-mades, but I think they may always offer pre-mades now. I hope, if they don't, I hope they offer pre-mades this PTR patch, because I would like to be able to, try out a couple of my favorite classes and, test out their changes, or just, things with a lot of changes. If a class, like, has some major, like, expansions, like, new expansion style revamp, then I would like to be able to have an 85 of that character and test it out in video form for you guys, of course. But, as the PTR comes up and as the patch notes are revealed, I'll be able to talk more about what I want to do as far as video goes. And, I guess I'm just recording this commentary to let, again, know that those of you who are here for the PvP commentary, that will continue. By all means, that will most certainly continue. That will most certainly continue. I'll probably do a couple of commentaries from the PTR, assuming PvP works properly. That will continue by all means, but it's also just sort of an introduction to what will be coming. And also to those of you, I'm going to put a link to this on my blog. To those of you who read that and are here because of that, there will be a lot of stuff here once the PTR goes up. I don't know when it will go up, but it should come up very soon. And hopefully, I can start putting out video content very soon. Until then, I will keep doing commentaries, of course, and the rest of the Terraria, losing my ability to speak here. The rest of the Terraria session that we've recorded will also be there. But hopefully the PTR will be up in the next week or two. I would really like to hope so. I mean, we won't get the patch for a long time. The patch is months away, but I expect there to be a lot of work going into the last patch, because this is going to be against Deathwing. This is going to be it, before who knows what else Blizzard has in store for us in the next expansion. But that's a whole nother commentary in of itself. Possibilities for other expansions. That might be something I'll have to do at some points, because lore is one of my favorite parts of this game. But that's about it. The video is about over. It was an alright Battlefield Guildmass. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.